Welcome and thank you for joining us today. We will be speaking about the importance of cybersecurity for small businesses. In this presentation, we will specifically focus on small business executives. Most small business executives are under the impression that they don't need cybersecurity, reason being that they are too small. Yet approximately 43% of cyber attacks are targeted at small businesses. For many reasons, but study shows hackers go after small businesses because they know most like protection, and 60% of small businesses who become victims of a data breach permanently close their doors within 6 months after an attack. Despite the risk, 83% of small business owners don't have cybersecurity measures in place to protect their business. Another reason small businesses are targeted by hackers is because they are a part of the supply chain. They go after the small fish in order to get the big ones. The Target breach in 2014 happened because of the air conditioning company contracted by Target was breached first before they got into the Target's network. And a little background on Seclex. We are a cybersecurity company that provides a variety of services and solutions, such as managed security services, managed endpoint detection and response, 24/7 SOC services to cybersecurity consulting. Seclex has the tools necessary and expertise to continually secure businesses. Our HQ is in Riverside, California. In this presentation, we will be talking about the following topics: the importance of cybersecurity, a concern for any business, regardless of the size or industry. Alarming cyber statistics, we went over a few already. Critical infrastructure security, application security, network security, cloud security, mobile and IoT security. Why is it important to have cybersecurity? Not having the proper cybersecurity controls can lead to financial losses, loss of productivity if you suffer a breach such as a ransomware and all your data is encrypted and can be accessed. The average downtime for the company is about 7 to 21 days. For example, in 2020, Seclex was contacted by a company that got infected by a ransomware attack. The whole business was crippled. Hackers were able to get into the network, encrypt the data on all the servers and computers within the firm's environment. The business was down for a week and a half. We were able to get them back up and working in half the time, considering the size of the business and the damage it caused. The company had security software installed on all devices, but failed to detect and prevent the ransomware. A perfect example of why security software is no longer enough to keep your organization safe. You need expertise and protocols to be in place as well. Another reason is reputation damage. Suffering a cyber breach will lead to customer and partner loss. Legal liability. As a business, you are liable for all data within your organization. If your business suffers a data breach, there can be penalties and lawsuits. So make sure you meet compliance requirements. Business continuity problems. When a business suffers a cyber breach, it is difficult to continue business as usual. Dealing with the breach itself, investigation, and recovery takes a lot of time. Here are some more alarming cybersecurity statistics. It is estimated that cybercrime will cost businesses $10.5 trillion annually by 2025. 43% of cyber attacks are aimed at small to medium-sized businesses, as I mentioned before, and only 14% are prepared to defend themselves. Cyber attacks on small to medium-sized businesses are becoming more frequent, targeted, and complex. Here are some of the most common cyber attacks. Phishing attacks. This is when a malicious actor sends a fraudulent message, usually by email, designed to trick users into giving up sensitive information or getting them to click on a link or attachments to download malicious code. Password attacks. This is when attackers try different techniques to guess user passwords by guessing or using hacking tools. Malware attacks, such as ransomware, worms, or trojans that get downloaded to a device. Drive-by download attack is when a malicious script causes malware to install on a device without permission from the user. This could happen by accessing a legit site that has been infected with malware without you even knowing. The good guys must get it right every time, and the bad guys only once. It is estimated that there's a successful ransomware attack every 14 seconds. It takes about 287 days to detect and contain a data breach, 212 to detect, and 75 to contain. There are approximately 350,000 new malware programs found daily. Recently, one of our clients had an incident where an employee downloaded malware. Our security system detected the file immediately, and our security engineer remotely deleted the file before it was able to cause any damage. The file was sent from a partner that they were doing business with, so the employee trusted the email received and downloaded the file. Except the user's email had been compromised. This is a perfect example of a phishing attack. We're going to discuss the critical infrastructure security and how small and medium-sized businesses play a critical role in protecting the U.S. 16 critical infrastructure sectors. These sectors are vital to the United States, that if they would suffer a cyber breach, it would have a huge effect on security, national economic security, national public health, and safety. Cybersecurity failure can have a broader impact to the digital ecosystem, leading to reputational loss, business continuity problems, and financial losses. Understanding the organizational behavior of companies of various sizes is imperative. SMBs are part of the supply chain, like I mentioned before. In many cases, businesses are breached because of another business. Small businesses are more vulnerable to breaches and can take longer to identify that they have been breached or to recover. Here are some recommendations to help to be proactive. Perform risk assessments annually at the very least. This will create a baseline and can be reviewed by management to create a risk appetite of the organization. Apply necessary security patches and reduce vulnerabilities. Make sure to have scheduled scans and procedures or processes in place on how quickly patches can be tested and applied. Implement policies, standards, and procedures. Apply responsibilities and accountability at the organization. Make sure to review policies annually. Security awareness training is essential to having a good cybersecurity hygiene. Phishing tests and training should be performed often for all employees. Make sure training is focused on current threats within your sector to get the most value out of it. We're going to talk about best practices, techniques, and procedures to protect computer applications from cyber threats. Cybersecurity can get very complex. A best practice and recommendation will be to follow a framework. If there's regulatory compliance your business must meet and there's a framework in place, make sure to meet those requirements. If not, there are many frameworks that will be great to adopt. Cybersecurity must be built into the design of application security at every stage, making it as secure as possible by making sure that everyone is involved in the process of development. It is important that everyone is aware of the security threats and risks, making everyone responsible for security. Tools and techniques are very important. Having vulnerability scanners integrated into the process and automated can save your team time and have less room for error moving forward, making the business more efficient. Then make sure to test your security in application. The only real way to know if your information is safe is by running mock attacks. This can be done internally or by an outsourced team. Now we're going to talk about network security. How do you protect your network from cyber threats? One good control to have is a firewall. It provides protection against cyber attacks by protecting your network from malicious network traffic. Another technique will be network segregation, making sure devices or networks do not talk to one another. Setting up your network properly will reduce risk and increase operational performance. Email security such as spam, filters, and other tools is important to have due to email being the primary vehicle of phishing attacks. When possible, use encryption. It is one of the best ways to protect data confidentiality as it's transmitted on the network to the internet and stored on the computer. Our next topic is cloud security. Securing the cloud can be a little bit more challenging, whether it's due to the lack of skills or technical controls. Since the threat landscape gets bigger, the detection of a breach becomes more difficult to detect. Here are some ways to help secure the cloud. User access controls can limit the access to information and systems. This minimizes risk and helps ensure companies are secure. Encryption is critical to the cloud since most data flows through the internet. Businesses must make sure that the data is protected by encrypting it while being transmitted from point A to point B. As a business, you must make sure to secure your operating systems. Most cloud systems run applications on PCs. There must be good cyber hygiene in the organization by making sure proper maintenance, configuration, and patching is done to the PCs. Making sure devices are free from vulnerabilities at all times. Configuration management is an important topic that is often overlooked, and it is a direct cause of many cyber breaches. When setting up a new platform, make sure to review the settings before launching into production. One simple checkbox can make the difference to protecting against cyber threats and reducing risks, as well as ensuring compliance and preventing a data breach. Last but not least, incident response must be able to manage incidents in the cloud. Be able to investigate and respond to any incident or instruction in the cloud. What are the proper actions to take and who do you call? Moving on to mobile and IoT security. These are devices that connect to the network, but most of the time are not taking into account the importance of protecting them. These devices are smartphones, smart televisions, smart bicycles, medical sensors, security systems, and more. The first control we're going to discuss is the access controls. Mobile and IoT devices are one of those devices that businesses don't have control or forget about. You can't protect what you can't control. Make sure to track devices and apply policies and procedures around them. Updates and patching are a critical part of the process to secure these devices. Doing so can reduce risk by eliminating vulnerabilities. As an executive, you need to understand what is causing vulnerabilities. Is it simply because of poor password hygiene, or could it be unneeded services enabled on devices? Make sure to apply network segmentation. These devices do not need to communicate with critical devices such as servers or workstations. Exclude them from being able to cross network paths. Here are the 5 best practices designed by the National Institute of Standards and Technology that we recommend following. First, identify. Second, protect. Third, detect. Fourth, respond. Fifth, recover. Note, technical solutions need to be in place before an attack. Here we'll be diving in on each function a bit more. Number 1, identify. As a business, you need to be able to identify all your assets to be able to protect them. You need to have tools such as an asset discovery. Then identify the risks. Where are your weaknesses and vulnerabilities? You need to be able to perform risk assessments and vulnerability scans, even a pen test to really test your security controls. Number 2, protect your business using controls such as endpoint protection, antivirus, email security, next-gen firewalls, security awareness training for employees, maintenance, and incident response teams. Detect. If your protection controls fail, your business needs to be able to detect them. Having an extended endpoint detection and response, network security monitoring, and log analytics tools to detect anomalies is extremely important. These type of controls should be able to alert your technology team. Number 4, respond. In case of an incident, you need to have an incident response plan that describes in detail who and what is needed to be done. Then post-incident, what improvement needs to be done and completed to avoid another incident. Number 5, recover. In case of a breach or incident, what are the plans to recover? Is there a business continuity disaster recovery plan? Are there backups that can be used to recover data? For cost or compliance issues, is there cyber insurance in place? Recovery needs to be fast at this point. We're going to leave you with some more cybersecurity tools and tips. You need to detect lateral movement. This is when a malicious actor is in your network and is trying to search for critical data. This activity needs to be detected regardless of the type of infrastructure, on-premise, cloud, or in most cases hybrid. When possible, use and apply automation. Computers are faster than humans. In the case of an attack, let the machines take action by having the proper security controls. Perform maintenance on all devices, not just Windows, mobile devices, and IoTs, but also on Macs and Linux. Make sure to have proper security tools that support all types of operating systems. Cybersecurity is not a single tool or approach. Thinking this way will set you up for failure. It is a multi-layer approach. So after everything we just talked about, you still need to think about cybersecurity as a business engine. But you must be proactive and not reactive. Cybersecurity is no longer a luxury, but a necessity. Cybersecurity is one of the biggest challenges businesses face, and cyber attacks are evolving and increasing daily. But with the right measures in place, it sets the foundation for your business longevity, growth, and scalability. It drives innovation and technology advantages by securing the environments you create. It increases productivity. A cyber attack or breach will affect your business. If you lose your business data, how would you continue to operate in that moment? Effective cybersecurity reduces the chances of this happening, maximizing your business potential output. And of course, building trust. Protect your clients' and partners' data. Prove that your business is effectively protected against data breaches. This will build trust with your clients and partners that their data will not be compromised. That's true business longevity. Thank you for joining us today. Here's our contact information just in case you have any questions or concerns. But if you want to prepare a cybersecurity strategy for your business, take this short assessment to apply for free services. We're partnered up with the UCR TASIS program in order to bring that to you. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Stay safe.